Agot Makeer is the 6th ranked recruit of the 2025 draft class. She's a 6'1 player who can play multiple positions, handle the rock, shoot, and pass. Makeer is one of the most versatile players in the class, and she's going to be a major piece for South Carolina, even in her freshman year. In this video, I will break down what makes her the perfect fit for South Carolina, and why she has the potential to be an elite collegiate player. Agot Makeer is an explosive player that is also able to play calm and collected. We have seen plenty of tall athletic players, but there aren't many that have the finesse that Agot has. Her combination of athleticism, size, and height make her difficult to stay in front of. She's a very strong right-hand finisher. When she's on that side of the court and gets a full head of steam, it's game over for the defense. Makeer also has good court vision. Because players are so scared of her driving to the basket, she frees up the post player that is roaming in the paint. Dawn Staley-led teams heavily rely on the post, so her ability to consistently dump the ball to the post players is going to be very valuable to South Carolina. Agot is also good at hitting open shooters outside the three-point line, which Latson and Tessa Johnson will certainly take advantage of. And she also excels at pushing the pace and passing in transition. With how fast South Carolina plays, Agot will have plenty of opportunity to show her passing abilities in transition. I think the best part about her game is by far her off-the-dribble shot creation. It's very Kevin Durant-esque. Her pull-up three and mid-range game is not something to play with. She is able to stop on a dime and hit shots right in the defender's face. The fluidity she has when executing dribble moves is not something that is common at her size. It's like she's moving through water. She has an arsenal of dribble moves and counter moves that she pairs with shooting. Sometimes she will do a basic crossover to the pull-up, and she can also make her defenders dance if they stay with her after her first dribble move. She's consistently able to knock down step-back jumpers, which at her height will be nearly impossible to block on the college level. People are scared of Agot driving past them, which is why her hezzy moves are so effective. Having another player who can create off the dribble at a high level is something South Carolina badly needed, both this year and in the future. Tania Latson is a great shot creator, but South Carolina needs another guard that can do it consistently and effectively in case Latson is having an off night. She's a great off-the-dribble scorer, but she's also effective in catch-and-shoot situations. She has a quick release, and you pair that with her 6'1 frame, you aren't going to see her get blocked on jump shots very often. She completely tears up zone defenses because most defenders aren't fast or tall enough to close out on her. Her ability to play off the ball really adds to her versatility on offense. Raven Johnson and Tania Latson will be the primary ball handlers for South Carolina, so her ability to effectively play as the wing will allow her to get more playing time and contribute to South Carolina's success. Agot is a very good rim protector. She has the skills of the guard, but defensively looks like a post player. The same athleticism that she uses to score on offense is what allows her to be a great interior paint defender. When she's down in the paint, it is very common for her to block guards that are coming towards her, and she stops people from posting up. She's an excellent help defender, which is something that is useful in any system, and will without a doubt be a skill that Dawn Staley appreciates. Her ability to be a great interior defender will allow her to be a great pick-and-roll defender. It also gives South Carolina the flexibility to experiment with some small ball lineups. Makeer has a lot of upside, but there are still weaknesses in her game, and things she needs to improve on. When Agot releases the ball, her legs come close together, almost touching each other, and she always jumps forward when shooting the ball. Not everyone needs to have perfect textbook shooting form. If it works for that particular player, then it works. But a side effect of the way she shoots is that it causes her to be very streaky. There are some games where she essentially can't miss from three, while there are other games where she can't buy a shot from behind the arc. The perfect demonstration of this was the Under-19 World Cup that took place this year. Agot either shot over 50% from three, or was shooting less than 20%. Every player moves a little bit when they shoot the ball. But the issue with Agot is she pushes herself too far forward. Most of the shots she misses are when she jumps a long distance forward, while many of the threes she makes, there is noticeably less movement. The part that worries me the most in terms of her game's ability to translate to college, and something she absolutely has to get better at, is being more comfortable finishing near the rim. She does a great job beating a defender, but there's too many times where she settles for a tough floater, or tries to shoot an awkward layup several feet from the rim. This is a very low percentage shot, even for someone as skilled as Makeer. This is without a doubt something high-level teams will exploit. Top teams would much rather her settle for a tough floater than for her to get closer to the rim and score, or at the very least draw a foul. The game is only going to get more physical compared to where it was in high school, so if she's shying away now, it's only going to get that much harder to score against tougher competition. If she is able to put more pressure around the rim, it will not only free up more jump shots for herself, but also her teammates. Earlier I mentioned that she's a good interior defender, but she leaves a lot more to be desired on the perimeter. There are many times where she loses her defender and gives up a cut to the basket or a wide open jumper. And when she's guarding someone on the ball on the perimeter, she isn't sliding her feet fast enough so defenders blow by her. She has a ton of potential, but she's never going to reach it until she fixes this part of her game. This is something that will most definitely frustrate Dawn Staley, and whatever coach she ends up playing for when she gets drafted. There's no way someone at that height with her mobility should get taken off the dribble as much as she does. She has the tools to be a really good defender. She's shown that with her help defense near the paint. It's just about putting more effort when defending someone on the perimeter. I will end this video giving my projections of what I think her freshman year and the rest of her college career could look like. I think she will play a major role for South Carolina next year. With Bree Hall moving on professionally, there's a clear hole that needs to be filled at the wing position. I'd be very surprised if Agot doesn't average at least double digits in scoring. She's not going to have a high usage rate like she did in high school, but she has so many ways she can put the ball in the basket that she's going to find a way to get hers. The way South Carolina's system is, no single player is going to have high rebound or assist numbers, but I think her impact in these areas will be better than what the individual numbers show. I expect her to be fairly inefficient in her freshman season, as I think she's going to really have to rely on her three-point shot, and I could see her settling for a bunch of tough floaters until she gets stronger. Makeer is versatile and can play multiple positions, so I expect her to get a good amount of minutes on the floor even as a freshman. I think she easily makes the All-SEC freshman team, especially if she puts up similar numbers to what I predicted. The skills are already there. She will just have to get comfortable adjusting to the speed and physicality of college. I'm being conservative with my All-American estimates for Agot Makeer, but if she improves in the areas that I mentioned in this video, she has the potential to have multiple All-American level seasons. When comparing her to other recent highly touted South Carolina recruits, I view Makeer as a Chloe Kitts level prospect. Like Chloe, she's a player with a very high ceiling who just has to get stronger physically. I expect her to have moments where she ends up being the main option for that particular game, in a similar way Chloe was. She's going to have some rough games, but she'll have a lot more where she's positively impacting the game. I think her game most resembles DeWanna Bonner. She's only 6'1" compared to Bonner being 6'4", but stylistically that's who her game is most similar to. They are both lanky guards who can handle the ball very well, score at all three levels, and can make layups at awkward angles. I'm excited to see how Makeer's game will elevate South Carolina, as she has an incredible skill set for their system. But that's it for this video. There will be a lot more freshman breakdowns this month, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, and I will see you later.